What is it? Tuesday. Is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? Let me see. I think it's Tuesday. Yes, it is. Welcome. It's me, Zen. It is you, wherever you are. How are things? How you been? Let's talk about. Let's take a review of life in general, and maybe we'll backtrack from where we are right now, mentally, and in this crazy, wild world we exist in. And maybe we'll look at it from a few different angles. Question I always have um, is, okay, I understand the idea of not having ethics or morals of a very, everyone has ethics and morals to a degree, but what they are, sometimes gray areas. But these people that exist now that are so, I don't know, are they fascists? Are they sociopaths? Certainly psychopathic. Certainly, there's something. Do they know? Do they know how wrong they are? Do they know how disgusting they are? Do they know how absolutely, like, not? I can't say not good because I don't, good, bad. And, I don't know. There's just, the people. You know what I'm talking about here. Do these people really think they're in the right? How do they just sit there, bold-faced, and just bullshit the entire world? Not just to a few people, and then they're so sure. Do they think they're right? Do they think they're helpful? Do they think they're being helpful? Or are they so unself-aware? I mean, think about it. In the last 20 months, have you had the luxury? It shouldn't be a luxury of having one day where in some way, shape, or form this whole scam hasn't been just right into your whole auric field, into your eyeballs, into your ears, somehow, into your awareness and consciousness. You wake up in the morning, and you ain't even out of bed yet, and like, as soon as you open your phone up or whatever, well, I'm checking the weather. I go to the weather channel, and I can't even unload the part where it says, well, here's the amount of that thing that's happening, and here's some statistics we can line with right on the weather channel. That has nothing to do with what I want to know about. I don't want it jammed into my face. It's like waking up in billboards everywhere, but it's like literally everywhere. Can't go to a store without being reminded. Can't walk out. I can't even walk in a park without being reminded, because people continually put. I never thought we'd see the day where people wear literal diapers on their face. It's diapers. It's full of garbage and shit, filth, and they're just sitting there like a baby, just sitting there with a shitty diaper in their face, and thinking it's smart. Have you had a day that you weren't just like completely, every day you can't get away from it. It's that movie, The Network. I'm in my house. Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. You go out into the woods. You're gonna see bears and wild animals wearing masks. They did a whole program where they were apparently injecting these animals at zoos with some sort of thing. Like, that's not okay. They weren't getting the thing. Stop lying. Stop it. Now they're just into poisoning animals, because why not? I mean, not that they have it. People in the name of science haven't been, abusing and torturing animals for years. Let's just continue that game. It's a lot of fun, right? So, let's make everyone else suffer. Let's do that. Let's just do that, right? That's how they are. Is it their life sucks so bad? But the thing is shouldn't what they're getting make up for couldn't they do it, provide a little less suffering for people? Because they seem to have it good. They got the monies and the good foods and the, I mean, whatever they think importance is. I don't know. Isn't it a terrific shit show though? I mean, where do things go from here? What do you like? What is the where do things go? I don't really have an answer. I have some clues. I have some ideas, and of course, yeah, I would. I'm not a pessimist about things. I think it could be for the greater good. Things are happening. You know, I don't know what that means. The greater good. For my greater good. For yours, hopefully. And stupid people will be their own downfall. What's going to be the most important thing in the future? Most important thing? Male seed that still functions. Women's ovaries that function. That will be worth more than gold. I think that's probably happening soon, huh? What's up, Super Champion? Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee, I would again suggest just try opening up another email or something, another account, see what happens. I don't know, man. I don't see it. Doesn't show up on my side. Yeah, man. Well, hello. Have you, hey Christopher, have you tried getting onto my whatever I go from Zen Alchemist? Can you do it on there? Can you chat with me on there? Because I've done some shows from over there too, and highly suggest go and subscribe to that channel as well. So how's everybody doing? If you guys didn't get to see it, I recorded my buddy's rehearsal last night. It's pretty awesome. The audio quality isn't too great. It was because there's a small room and the mic on here couldn't handle it. But it was a good little show. We'll be doing some live shows soon out. That's fun. Looking. Got my new hoodie. Yay. What's up, Ethan? What are you doing? I'm having one of those those days of no mind where you're just like empty-headed. I feel like a numbskull, like an empty-headed numbskull. I wanted to make a video, but I didn't know on what. I didn't. Nothing good, nothing bad. Everything's indifferent. Trying to find the humor in things. It's an art these days. You ever notice that the comedians through the decades, when comedy was really important, then it fell off, and then it becomes important again in waves, kind of like the rise and fall of empires, the rise and fall of the skirt length on women through the years. It was short and then long, and then like the rising and falling of the stock market, kind of like the importance of comedians. And it is like how people are trying to make everything, why so serious, trying to make everything like there can't be humor anymore. People are so absurdly stuck stick in the mud, can't find humor in anything. It's an art these days. You gotta be clever with it. Everybody's so offended by anything. Like I can't even make a joke about a couch with somebody be like, oh, you're offending me because I didn't have a couch as a child. I only sat in chairs. You're being offensive. What's up, Jake Wynn? Well, I mean, hey, yeah, the sperm and egg, how to protect and heal. Yeah, well, the healing part, that I think some people, as I've said before, anything that you break, you can fix in the human body. But I think that goes to I think there is a certain point that there might be some sort of threshold that is like, oh no, now it's broken. It's shattered. A billion little pieces. No more. You don't get to reproduce. There shouldn't be any more of you. Of you right there. It's survival of the fittest, the most intelligent. If you're dumb enough to have done all of this to, destroy your seed, your ability to procreate another version of you. That you've literally become the cat in Pottinger's Cats, the story of nutrition, where there becomes a point where the seed is non-fertile. It won't work. The cat won't feed the next generation. It won't even reproduce. It can't. Well, that's intelligence right there. Why these people are literally going to be like, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. You're part of where the continuation of the species from your branch. No, this is all gone now. Bye. Good riddance. Hope you had a good time. It's a good thing. No more weeds growing in the garden, huh? Is that what's happening? Oh, you like that? Yeah. Oh, there we go. It's a scarab inside of that. Onk. Yeah. Yeah, this was a gift from a friend of mine. Chicago mine. So how is everybody else doing? What's been going on in the world? What else should we talk about? Yeah, the continuation of the species. We'll talk about that. Maybe we'll get into the origination of species and the... Oh, what's the entire... Anybody know the entire name of that book? On the origins of species, and there's like the whole title is a lot longer, and it's really quite interesting title. Anyways, the strongest, most fit of things will continue on, and it seems like this whole thing is literally to find out and to poison things to the point like, are you dumb enough? If your brain is already not working, did our training work well enough that we've convinced people to delete their entire being, their entire existence? It seems to be what's happening. People have, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lie to you forever, all the time, and you're gonna know it. But then one day you're gonna go, oh no, they don't lie about anything, and they care about the health of the planet, of the species, and everything else. And this time they're they're being honest here, because they really do care. And they're just going, oh, okay. I mean, I almost think that's why wouldn't I do that? Why shouldn't I just join that club? Because these people won't listen anyways. They don't listen to me. They don't listen to people telling the truth. They don't listen to people being, here's what's healthy and honest. They don't want it. They don't care. So why do it? What is it that some of us will continue to do this, despite the fact that everybody else you're stupid, laugh and point and berate and belittle. I mean, no, we knowing damn well that they're the fools, but sit there and just be accosted by these clowns. Why would we continue to do it? Why not just join the fucking lie to everybody? Who cares? Because you're such a dummy. A friend of mine used to go, you should never let a fool keep his money. And I used to, we used to have conversations about it, and I was always like, people have been trained to be foolish. We need to help them, and if you were only taught to speak German and you live in a country that everybody speaks English, right? How are you going to get along? It's not your fault that you were taught to be an idiot. I'm not saying Germans are idiots. I'm just using the example of if you know how to do one thing, if you know how to speak this language, you're not this. It's not your fault. It's not your fault you're a fool. But at the same time, it's like people are so caught up in their own bizarre, like, who you choose to believe that still. It'd be like it's like people that still don't believe that sports are rigged. People that don't believe that, like, people that are so caught up in idol worship and they listen to these people on TV about anything. and believing that. I mean, these people might. I can't believe they still don't believe in Santa Claus. I'm surprised they don't. I'm surprised they don't. Really, it wouldn't shock me if someone was like, oh, like, late into their life, 40, still believing in Santa Claus or something. It wouldn't shock me anymore. That is one thing that I think we can all agree upon is the profound level of idiocy and how you're not even shocked. It's like shock therapy. Once you're so overwhelmingly shocked with things that it becomes mundane. Like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, the past 2 years, if it hasn't already, if it hasn't really just everyday compounds, you just go, oh, of course. I mean, there was time, first 8 months, we'd be like, really, really. It's almost embarrassing to the humanity as a whole, as a species. It is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for people. It makes me feel icky. Like, how dumb are you? Really? I ask people, are you dumb, stupid, ignorant, or uneducated? Which one is it? I can help with that, but alas, you won't take the help, will you? Let's see. Who else up in here? How you doing? Got up early today. Had myself a snack. Got a little kratom here. Some coffee. And oh, it's beautiful. It's a balmy 70 degrees out. Been enjoying being outside, but there is no sunshine, so it's got a little nip to it. I think I'm gonna move south. I'm gonna go to the equator. Move to the equator where it's always sunshiny and hot. Anybody want to join me? What should we talk about? Like I said, it's one of those days where I'm just. It doesn't shock me, and I'm just so empty-headed. I'm just like, it's just like I'm so like it's so tiring and so like so silly, you know. It's so like every day you just got. It would be like if you it'd be like having to deal with a child. Like when you have a child, right? You realize that the child will eventually grow up. Wop, 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 wop. And they become more intelligent. They evolve mentally and physically. They move differently. And going into it, like, okay, there'll be periods of time where they're stumbling, bumbling, mumbling. They're not able to, and you accept that. That's part of the process. But now it's as if it's watching people turn into Alzheimer patients, turn into children that have no capacity. They're actually they're going the opposite direction, becoming less and less capable. So they're just gonna be like that. They don't. It's like making a robot that's their only job. Like so it doesn't evolve. It doesn't get no. It's just that's the job it does. It's just that. So it's like a one-trick pony. Yeah, basically. They don't get smarter? No. In fact, they might start to break down. Pieces of that machine might not work. And so what do we do then? Well, you might be able to repair parts of it, but it's eventually just going to fall apart. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better ever for these things, these little pieces, these pieces of machinery. Like as a human, if we have a human, if an engineer put together a system, a vehicle of sorts, if humans were part of a system, right, there'd be parts that are no longer needed. Like, well, these things are just falling off. What's up, Spirit Bow? Hey, Troutman, have I checked out David Weiss, Blueberry Bay? An app? An app? I have not. You asked me that the other. I haven't checked it out yet. I'll have to. I will check that out. What is it? What is going on, Spirit Boat? That appears to be two blue people hugging. Is that what that picture is of? Are you on? Um, is that what is that? Is that what that is? Are you using like an iPhone or some shit? I don't have that. I've never seen that picture before. What else could it be? Yeah, what is it? Uh, a Troutman. What is it? Like what's the general frame of it? What is it about? Oh, Spirit Boy, you're getting rejected by Blood Family. Nice. Well, if you want to, we'll take that to a level. Considering their blood has been tainted, quite literally, do you have the same blood anymore? I mean, you already realized like the that's it's different. It could, I suppose, be cleaned and corrected, given the proper instruments of cleansing. But it's like getting a transfusion, man. Then is it still the same? That sucks. That sucks. Oh, it's about the Earth. Okay, I'll check it out. Sure. They're just, yeah, because you know what's going on, and they're too either stuck in something, stuck in their ways, or frightened, or uh, so the Matrix when he's so dependent upon the system at hand. I mean, yeah, that's what are you gonna do? I, as I pointed out before, I'm in one way lucky to not know my blood relatives. I don't. I'm adopted. I never had to deal with that, and I already don't really like whatever my, upbringing family was. Like I don't interact with those people in a long time, so I don't have to deal with that right now. So, in a good way, I can see everybody else dealing with it. That's fucking tough. That's got to be like straight out of nowhere. That's that's your family. You got arguments, love, blah blah blah. There's people there for you, and then all of a sudden, this right now just goes, just cuts the whole fucking. Like, no, I've known you for your whole life, but because you don't believe some jackass on TV that is lying to you. Oh wait, they're not lying. They're telling the truth because what you're so stupid you don't believe that. Oh, that's yeah. See, they're it's what are you gonna do? Oh yeah. Oh the picture, the picture that I put up of yeah. Yeah, I mean my view of where the realm we live on is probably closely most closely that I would say that I think it is the version that Norb's Norb's theory put out. I think mine is most similar to that. What I think it is. Certainly, I think the realm goes very far in many directions, and I do think there are multiple. I don't know what those would be or what they're made of, but yeah, that's how it seems to be. Spirit bow. Well, yeah, well, because they themselves are mentally hijacked, abused, and they're unaware of it. And there's also that the oldest thing going, when someone falls in love and defends their enslaver, their what's that called? I don't know why I forget the name of it. The somebody want to write it in there. When somebody enslaves you and then you end up basically going, no, 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 you defend them, and they're doing it for my protection. Stockholm, thank you, Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, people got that big time. Like people walk around like even before this, it's a major thing. I mean, the idea, even I don't care what country you live in, if you don't notice the amount of propaganda that is pushed against its population and in the levels of it, and especially in I mean, even yeah, especially the United States. Like you don't think there's many different avenues of pressures of propaganda. Mostly it's not what you'd consider your government, but corporations that have put a big thumb into it. You know what I mean? But yeah, people fall in love people fall in love with Walmart. I was talking to somebody the other day about. I remember growing up, a friend of mine, um, their entire house. Well, this wasn't a friend of mine; it was just somebody I knew. It was an acquaintance. But I'd been to their house, and their whole house was Coca-Cola, like quite literally. On the porch there was a Coca-Cola machine that you could get a Coke out of, and then walked inside, and everything, their toaster, their pictures on the wall, the everything that you could imagine was insignia Coca-Cola. Everything. I wouldn't even be surprised if their car was. You know what I mean? I just don't know. It could have been. It's like that level of. Because I was talking to somebody else was telling me about a friend of theirs collects. So people have collections of things. They had a collection of little die-cast cars. Those little cars that used to get as a kid. Like that, that's that. Every time they go out, they buy more of them, and they probably have all of them, if that's even possible. Like they have like an entire room. They literally built an addition onto their house to store all of these little cars. Obsession much. I always wonder why when people are obsessed with certain things, why don't people end up being obsessed with things that are healthy? I don't know. People are always obsessed with the weirdest shit. I mean, I get it too, and don't get me wrong here. When being obsessed about anything is a bad idea, even health. A lot of people, I've seen people, they were so obsessed with health that it became their Achilles heel, a fulcrum for them that made their life almost unbearable to live because everything had to. When I was vegetarian for a long time, there was, when I was at the height of it, there was, I would go into a restaurant and, you cooking chicken on that grill, that kind of shit, where it was getting in the way of my life, of just living. That everything was that it was. I was probably people probably spit in my food at times. I mean, I was never rude or nasty to people in the restaurant business because I've worked in them, but I also recognize like the amount of like, well, is there something, go in the kitchen, yeah, it's fucking vegetarian, sure, okay, yeah, we don't cook on that grill. They're lying, but that's what they would do. I know, I know the people work in the kitchen, but to be so obsessed with something, and it's always unhealthy. So my point was even being overly obsessed with health-related things, that can decay you, it'll stress you out. Haha, what up? It is I. What's going on, man? Spirit Boy said, your dad told you, like, I was like, look how I know how hard to deal with, but still. Bullshit. Bullshittery. Bullshittery is a good word. Yeah. Bullshittery. Spirit boy, you're the shithead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always the misplaced blame on things. It happens all the time. That you end up being the shit. It's like the closest. I mean, we've all done it, right? You have a bad day and you take it out on the wrong person. Like you're so fucking frustrated and upset with something else that somebody that doesn't, they're in the line of fire. You know what I mean? Like you become like an asshole to somebody else because your whole day is like somebody's been shitting on you and this and that, and then you're like fucking day, da da da, and somebody says something and you're like, get the fuck out of my face. Yeah, it happens all the time, but to the degree that it's happening now and to the way people are, it's quite phenomenal. Colin, what's up, man? You go for a Jack and Coke? I am drinking a vodka and ginger ale right now. It's quite tasty. And there's also a spray. I had a friend of mine has like a pineapple ginger something like sugar squirter, and yeah, pretty tasty. And I've got it in my fancy new cup. I got these 2 for $1 at the dollar store with the lids too. Good purchase. Yeah, I hear you, Spirit Bow. The blood family project the extent of hate onto their kids. Well, yeah, they don't have an outlet for it. I mean, considering who do they they entrust, they value what is being said by their superiors more than they do their family or truth. It's disgusting. It's obscene. It's a it's a it's a filthy magic trick. Oh, Aaron Colburn was a Come guava wine. That sounds awesome. I am jealous. Guava juice and maple sugar. Interesting. That sounds so. Kind of probably comes out a little smoky and sweet. Guava wine. What's up, Alexandra? What is this? Alexandra Morgan? What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Are you spazzing out over there? You wiling out there in cuckoo bird land? When are you coming this way? Didn't you say you were gonna come visit? You should come visit soon. It's still decent weather. And plane tickets and bus tickets are cheap right now, man. There's all sorts of ways to get cheap flights. What's up, Stan? Hey, Stan, thanks for the doll hairs, man. That is feeding me well. I don't know what I'm eating with it yet, but it is going to feed me. I think I did make a really badass turkey cream of celery. Cream of celery soup with turkey and, well, there's a bunch of other stuff in it. Garlic and mushrooms, shiitake. Oh, it's dope. But I had eaten it 2 days in a row, and I'm wondering why I'm fucking tired as shit. I'm like trying to take a nap at like 3 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I just shoveled the tryptophan in my face. Alexander, you're losing your mind. I wonder what you would be like if you lost your mind. Because to me, you always seem like you're absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I think if you lost your mind, you'd probably look normal to most people. Spirit boat. Yeah, you don't even feel bad for. I feel bad for not for even feeling bad. Yeah, I hear what you mean. Yeah, Uh, it's so much of this shit to me. It's you have to reach some sort of this level of not apathy, really, but of just going. You have to be that old. You have to be the old version of yourself. You know, like the old people that literally have no fucks left to give, no shits, no fucks, no nothing to give. You don't. It's not. You can't take on the baggage. You can't take on the weight. You can't take on people's stupidity. You just have to go. Good job. Great. Way to go. Thanks. It's not worth it. You'll end up breaking your own brain, going insane, just trying. It's the whole meditation these days of make it make sense. You're not going to be able to. There's no mathematical equation. There's no verbal equation. Everything is non sequiturs. There is no sense to anything. The only way you can make sense to it is to backwards map it from whatever they think the end is, or whatever they think the goal is. Let's just say there's a goal. You have to know what the goal is. Then you can make sense of everything else that's occurring. So the utter confusion of everything is part of, by confusing people, you make them more malleable and able to be manipulated and controlled. Once you confuse somebody, well, getting over that is going, well, I'm not confused because I know your point is to try to confuse people, so I'm not confused. See, you're being confusing, and that is literally, see, now if I go, I don't know what's going on here, then I would be confused. But if I know you're doing it, then I'm the opposite of being confused. I'm certain you're an idiot. I'm certain you're doing that. Alexandra. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as much as I don't believe much of anything that I see on the television, obviously, because there's so much bullshit. But as far as most people say, California is a dumpster fire as a totality. From what I've seen and what it looks like, and what I've heard from a few people that have lived there, it seems like not a very hospitable environment for anyone to live. Aaron, you felt bizarre energy, anxious after a cup of coffee. Well, for me, I don't know. Today has just been a blah day, but then again, I had a lot of fun last night. Energetically, there was, and also I ate a lot yesterday, drank a lot, smoked a lot. So today has kind of been like I'm kind of just. So maybe my numbness, I was able to avoid the crazy energies. Oh yeah, anybody that wants to, that'd be very helpful. As Stan has is always so helpful, pointed out to everyone. I do not have the same income as I used to, so this is how I earn minis, by entertaining and educating you peoples. So if you do find it in your pants pockets or your bank accounts or your cushions of your couch or your car, and you'd like to, you can send me donations through Cash App and PayPal and Venmo. It's beneath the description box. It's TSAR, capital XEN. That's paypal.me/, and Cash App is the $ in that. And that's very helpful because it keeps this thing over top of my head so that I can stay warm and clean. I can shower and have a nice place to take a poop, because I do need a bidet, and I have a bidet. See, I do my part to not cut down trees. I buy very minimal toilet paper. I do not waste money on toilet paper, nor do I encourage the cutting down of trees so I can wipe my ass. I just spray water up my butthole. And I encourage you to do the same. And it will save you money. Save money, save trees, and your butthole will thank you. I mean, if you don't like a nice, cool stream of water going directly up your rectum, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's delightful. And it's very cleanly, too. Spirit, you're soft ass. You have a mushy ass. Well, Aaron, super soon people will be able to order you beers with robots and DoorDash. Well, you know what? You can order me beer. If anybody wants to, you can order me delivery beer through Drizzly. Drizzly, and you might even be able to do it where you live. Yeah, Drizzly delivers right to my door. I didn't even leave the fucking house. Which is, you know, it's cool sometimes, but other times it's like, how much of a lazy piece of shit do I want to be today? I mean, just get drunk at home by myself and I not even go out, be so lazy I can't even walk to the store and get it myself. I mean, sometimes if I'm getting I like getting a bulk order, and that's nice because then I carry all that shit back, and it doesn't really. And sometimes there's sales on things and it's actually cheaper. So, but if I'm getting a bottle or something, no, I feel lazy. Beer Dash, is that what it is? Yeah, it's Beer Dash. Yeah, the robots thing I've seen. Yeah, they're already doing that in restaurants. Ah, yes, Colin. Not having your own shitter. Yeah, I do enjoy my bidet and a shitter, because having to pop in a squat is not great in the public sector. But then again, I don't really require eating that often, so my bowel movements are not that they're not that hurried. Or what's up, Earth? Beard Ash. Aaron, this is itchy swamp ass. Oh man, yeah. I mean, if you've ever done some cleanses with some hot herbs and things, and all of a sudden you got weird things coming out of your behind, acidic like or whatever, yeah, your butthole will get kind of fucking spicy. It'll get raw, and then using bleach toilet paper, no good. What? Wait a second, Stan. What you talking about? I'm gonna have to look this up. In Western Canada, that's not near you, right? You live in the middle. You don't live that far west, right? Connecting to the rest of Canada, roads will not be accessible till February. They have to go down through the U.S. and up through. That's crazy. Why? Because going north, it would be way too far. That's crazy. George from Montreal. The Rockies. So, are we convinced that mountains are almost certainly not what we think they are? Are some mountains possibly, perhaps mountains, or are mostly what we're talking about mountains are melted buildings and things, or some other structures, melted pyramids perhaps? I don't know. I'm pretty much it's the more we look at, the more that I've looked into it and seen enough. It's like they always got some caves in it. They got some I don't know, lots of too many things. Like no, nobody was sitting here with a pickaxe and dynamite. Only reason they were using that was to blow open the front portion to get inside to what was already there. But yeah, big ass buildings. Aaron, yeah, I'm certain Inner Earth is like below. You know that I'm all for Inner Earth. Like, too many movies on it for one, and there's too much information. I don't know that it's the way that it's perceived with the maybe not the gravity, but the electromagnetic being switched. It could be, but yeah, I mean underground cities for sure. I mean we already know there are underground cities everywhere, at least one level on it. But like how deep? How deep are we talking here? What? You were hiking? You heard? You laid down and you could hear things beneath the ground? I mean, how could we know? There's so many things. Like when you say to somebody, there's so much we don't know about what's going on in this realm. Like literally, they're right beneath us. How much shit is going on? And do they know that we're up here? They might know. I mean, how? I mean, if you're on an island somewhere and you don't have television, you don't. What do you know about your world? Your world is as big as as far as you can see and hear. That's your world. You have the perception that it probably goes beyond that, but you don't have a perception of what's beneath. You don't have a perception of what's, outside your peripherals, and how far you can see. And we get the advantage of binoculars and getting on airplanes and getting in cars and expanding where we think. How far does this realm go? But we don't really get to see too far going that way. Melted Old Nude Squaw Mountain. Stan, do I remember the? Not really. You'd have to give me a refresher on that, or send it to me, resend it to me. Mount Shasta and the Lemurians. I mean, speaking of UFOs, and somebody was asking me the other day. I forget who asked me to do a video on it. Maybe I'll do my next video. I'll title it that, but we'll address it here. UFOs and other realms, like, of course, aliens. It'd be anything that we don't understand. That just, I mean, consider everything that is already in our realm. That you look at it and go, "What the hell is that?" Like an octopus. That's literally in our ocean, and we just accept that. That's an insane creature. That's a really weird looking thing. A giraffe? That's a strange looking thing. Looks like a cheetah with long legs and a giant neck. But yet, somebody that believes in unicorns, they're crazy. So a horse with literally just like a rhinoceros so a horse with that on his head is crazy. But a giraffe is not crazy. I can see one right there. That's normal. A duck-billed platypus. That's a weird looking thing. So there's so many things that are around us that are already foreign and alien. What's way over there? Okay, another realm came here. Sure. And UFOs just means we don't identify with them. We don't know of them. They could be from here. They could be from this realm. They could be from outside of this realm and they could have came through a portal, a physical one. They could have black hole. I don't know. But certainly, I mean, there's in the infinite possibility of everything that's going on here. Sure, why not? Why wouldn't there be? We have things called mimic octopuses in the ocean. Things that can literally morph and transmute and change shapes. We have chameleons that can stand on something and their skin changes the color to what they're on. Why wouldn't we expect that there are beings that look like you that have shapeshifted into looking like you that is not a human? I mean, do you think I'm fully human? I mean, so what? I don't. And the thing is, I'm not. People are usually, when somebody says aliens, the first thing you think of, or UFO, is fear and oh, that's different. So that people fear difference. It's strange. I don't understand it. I'm confused. I don't understand it. It's different. I'm scared. I'm not. I'd assume that most things are at least as intelligent as whatever we think we are, and probably more intelligent. Because if you could just take a thermometer, if we could take a general view of the intelligence quotient of the human species, it's not very high. There's it's always that George Carlin bit. People are fucking stupid. And again, most of it's not their fault. Most people have been trained to be. They've trained not to be curious. They're trained to be not empathetic. They're trained to be all of these things that are lower on the level of love and engaging and curious and wonderment, and look at all of this, and it's playful and it's enjoyable. We get forced into fearing what we don't know, which is so far from the truth. Most things that we've come across and encountered in our life we shouldn't be fearful of, and we've noticed that. Like you're existing today, not because that you've been so scared of things, but because you've interacted with so many things that if we want by everybody's rules, you should be scared of fucking everything. That's gonna give you cancer. That's gonna this stranger's gonna steal you, and this person's gonna shoot you, and this person's gonna da. I mean, if you live your life in a constant state of fear and anxiety, you're gonna be leaking a bunch of chemicals in your system that are gonna wreak havoc on everything. It stomps on the ground. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I do wonder what's beneath us. The squaw's tits. Spirit Bow, how many alien-like things have you seen? I don't know. How many have you, Spirit Bow? I don't know that I've seen a lot of alien type things. I've seen weird shit. I've seen people that I've seen some weird shit. I've seen somebody's eyes that were completely black. Completely. This is the middle of the day. It's like noon. I'm in a bar. I'm not drunk. The lighting is fine. It's noon. There's sun coming from the outside. And I knew the guy. And I said, "Hey, what's up, man?" And he looked at me, and his eyes went from fucking straight black to whatever color. Like, he was definitely not. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I was like, whoa. That's crazy. And then I proceeded to have some drinks with him, and he helped me move my hot tub. But it was not, it definitely was not, there was something else going on there. Stan, Nephilims, Nephinium? I mean, did you spell that wrong, Stan? You mean Nephilim, right? Human and humanoid? Well, I mean, yeah, perhaps that's the three. I mean, can we throw in synthetics, a synth? Like, or a So we're carbon-based versus silicon-based creatures. Can we get into that too, or is that? Okay, humanoid. Okay, okay. Now I'm saying beneath. So in humanoid, you're putting in genetically modified, transfigured, and robot type shit. Okay. Whoa, the slit pupil, Aaron. That okay? So the cat's eye, that's a Vesca Pisces. So it's a snake. A cat is a hybridized. It's a snake and feline tiger. You know what I mean? The eyes tell you because it couldn't be an offshoot directly related to a lion or tiger or panther or whatever because their eyes are circular. There's no reason that it eventually have Vesca Pisces eyes and do that shit, which is Venusian. You know, there's a connection to that, but it has to be hybridized for the snake. Thus, the cats. Cats are very snake-like in the way that they hunt for, the way they play with their food, the way they hiss, the way they move. It's a snake. But interesting. Earth, you're my narcissist ex's blue eyes would turn black. That's crazy. That I'd have been out with the quickness. Aaron Colburn. It would make sense that they would use the internet as well. No way you could tell if it's a hologram of a computer. Yeah, I mean that's the thing too that people don't get about this Joe Biden character, this Fauci character, or any of these others. Can you be certain that A, that's not somebody just in a mask, which is almost certainly is. B, it's not a hologram. C, it's actually filmed where you think it is. You have no way of verifying any of that. Zero way. Green screen takes care of all of that. And it could be digitally. It could be digital. I mean, because quite honestly, how does that, like, if this dude Fauci thingy is alive, living, walking, how is he still? Like, how hasn't the craziest amongst the people done something about that? You know what I mean? Like, that dude's just roaming the streets, like, freely fine. I don't know. I don't. I almost don't believe he exists. Like, can't kill a hologram. Spirit bow. Spirit, spirit bow would be throwing fisticuffs, huh? Knuckle up. That's funny. I've had some funny things in the dream states. I've had some funny things. The person in the hat that sits in the room, the black hat thing. I've seen that before. That was creepy. I was like, you creepy motherfucker, go somewhere else. Ugh, look at me, fucking creeper. Yeah, you never see these people in public. Yeah, I mean, you see sometimes they're like, oh, they're at the baseball game, the football game. Like, are you sure? I mean, who can verify this? You know, it's like everybody's like, oh, my so and so's cousin knows it. Like, oh, no, no, that's not how that works. Hmm. Oh, so check it out. Um, so see this, check it out. My buddies, this is my buddy's band, Row for real, and the Parlay, with Parlay band. Was it Parlay something? Anyways, he's got a screen printer, So I'm going to be selling you guys some merch. Is that cool? Because I wanna order the shit and get it printed, and that's gonna cost me money up front. But that way you guys can get something from me, and it'll be usable. You know what I mean? And it'll be fucking funny. I have a couple cool ideas for t-shirts. I don't want to tell you because it'll ruin the surprise. But would you guys like that? Like, who doesn't need a new t-shirt? So if I were to sell you guys a t-shirt for $20, is that a fair? You know, that way you feel like you've donated to me and you get something from it. Would you guys want that? And I'll even sign it or something, huh? Huh? Yeah. I mean, because for real, like, who's getting a signed autographed copy from fucking Zen and shit? You know what I mean? That'd be like getting, like, a Bo Jackson rookie card or Michael Jordan, man. Let's be honest. So yeah, you guys want me to do that? I mean, I could get hoodies too, I suppose. I do want I do want to get some hats done, but I would have to order those and have them stitched. I wouldn't be able to get them screen printed. But that'd be a different thing going on there. Those would probably be the hats would probably be a little more expensive, like 25. But I get a t-shirt for 20. What do you think? Should I do that? Should I do it? Earth, yeah. Parlay. Yeah, if anybody wants to see them, I did a video of them last night. The audio is not that good because it was in a small room. It was good. It was good. It was a good show though. Yeah. Live, it was awesome. Cool. Stan, you in? You guys in? Okay. Cool. Super champion. I will accept your $100 offer for one. It should, and all. You know what? And how about this? For some lucky winner, I'm gonna wear one of them. I'm gonna get my aroma on it. You call it my stank. You call it my funk, my aroma. And I'm gonna get my armpit all up in there, and I'm gonna send that out to one lucky one of you. You just have to check a box that says I'm down to receive the prize shirt, or no, I don't want your stinky ass funk all over the goddamn shirt. I want a clean, fresh one. You got to specify if you want to get into the raffle. And I'm gonna let you in a little trick. Here's what's gonna happen. If you say you don't want the stinky shirt, you're getting it. Oh, also, and what I'll try to do as well, because I already have all of these great um, essential oils and carrier oils, and I already have bottles and things. I used to make them and hustle them and sell them like in the quarter or whatever. And I wanted to sell them to you guys, but it just didn't seem worth it, like how much I would want to sell it for and packaging it and selling it out. But if you guys want the t-shirts, I can probably just make a couple bottles of like some of my favorite aromas, essential oils and shit. You guys be like, yeah, if you want like a bottle of that, like add $5 or whatever, and I give you some super dope. The actual aroma that I would smell like, not my armpit funk. It'll actually be some real deal funk. Which one of my favorites is burnt orange, sandalwood, and patchouli, burnt orange, sandalwood, and lemon. It's dynamite. Colin, I could do that. I'll spill some beer on it. I'll just let it drizzle through my beard and get it all over the front of it. I'll do that for sure. It'll be a perfectly worn Pabst Blue Ribbon Zen stenched up t-shirt. I like it. And I'll tell you what the shirt's gonna be. I want to do. I have my friend of mine already drew it out for me. I'm working on it a little because I want to make it a little more hip hoppy, a little more graffiti kind of esque. But it's going to be a duck with a tinfoil hat on, and I want to do something about like because the medical establishment and calling people quacks. So I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna play with that tinfoil hat duck. Is that cool? It'll be pretty big. Probably probably about the same size duck here. Yeah, tinfoil duck. Yes. Okay, cool. I don't know what I did with the picture that they drew, but that's the size of one thing I'm gonna do. Doctor Duck. That's quacktastic. So what else? What else is going on in the world? It's like Look at this. See, I feel like an old man right now. It's 5:30 and like I'm tired. I want to go to bed. The circadian rhythm and shit. Like, it's not 5:30. The sun is down. It is 8 o'clock. Like I feel. Why they trick us like this? Convince me it's 5. No, it's not. It is not. It is evening. It is taco. I think I should go have some taco. Should I eat today? I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. What's going on in the world? Okay, cool. I got enough people that are the fourth is the solar because we had the lunar just a little while ago. I did not know that. So in 4 days, no shit, 5 days, you go to bed. I can't go to bed. I'm not that tired. Maybe if I go and puff down. Although I got too super high yesterday. I was like fucking ripped. Ripped. Go smoke a bowl, dude. And eat some turkey. I'll smoke a bowl, eat some turkey, and go to sleep. No, I just don't like it because then I get up too early. I don't want to be up early tomorrow. Because there's nothing to do. It's Wednesday. Although Thursday, it is. So the Saints are borderline out of the playoffs. If they win, they're still there. It's gonna be tough. They're gonna have to win out, which doesn't look good. But tomorrow, Thursday game. What Thursday? Yeah, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's a Thursday game, so it'll be here, and it should be a blast. And I might be able to, I might be able to go to the game. A friend of mine just got 6 tickets and VIP passes and cookout shit. So I might get to go to the game, and if I go, I'll take you guys with me. It is Tuesday. I know. I don't. Tuesday. It's all relative. What calendar are we on? Are we on the Gregorian calendar? Where I am, it's the year 3870, and it's not even Tuesday. We don't even go by those names. We have a whole different system. Yeah. Well, is it Gamp or Quamp? Quamp 74. It's Tuesday. Could be. In fact, it could also be Wednesday for me. Really could be. It depends on where I lived, right? It's Wednesday somewhere, right? Yeah, it's got to be Wednesday in Ireland. It's almost certainly. Yeah, it's what 9 hours ahead. Yeah, it's Wednesday there. Ugh. But I've got motherfucker. So what else is? I haven't really looked at the news lately. I've been too involved in baking cookies and listening to live music. So I haven't really been following the news. Is anything weird happening? Anything crazy going on? If I missed anything good? Just, that would be, that's always, those movies where somebody is in a coma and they wake up and everything's all brand new, different, weird, like, whoa. Sometimes I feel that way. Can I go ahead and just, skip over this part of the stupid game? I don't like this part. This is dumb. Let me just coma out for a minute. It's like Idiocracy when they get put in those hyperbaric or whatever those chambers are, and they forgot about them, and then a couple hundred years goes by. Like, whoa, where are we? Well, Spirit Boy, you haven't listened to the news in 7 years. We were talking about this the other day, but you have in a roundabout way, because you still have to stay up to date in some ways, right? You still do participate in some way in social media. You come listen to me talk. I don't watch the news either, but by proxy through all the other resources and just being out in public, someone's going to be talking about it at the grocery store. Somebody's going to be, one of your friends will be like, well, so and so did, and you gotta know something, like your boy Joe Biden, man. Like, what kind of dumb shit what's he talking about these days? I wish we could all, because it is obviously political theater. It's drama. It's all. I wish we could watch it as it is as a comedy. It's a comedy of epic proportions. But I wish it didn't have so much of an effect on society at large, on people's well-being, mental health, on their financial health. You know what I mean? Like whether you can pay for things and afford things. I wish it didn't have the effects it does on families and just literally destroying and decaying society. It would be nice to. I wouldn't mind it to be there if everyone just universally across the board just go, you see these idiots? Would there be a point that they would just shut up and stop doing that? And you know how they would. I could tell you how they would. I could tell you how to fix it. Oh, you think you can fix it? Well, no, I don't think I can personally, but I could tell you how it would be fixed. Who pays for the television to be on? Who pays for the commercials? Well, let's say Michelin Tires does, and their commercials are on. The way you get them to stop talking is that the people don't pay for the commercials, so you stop buying Michelin tires. Then what do you buy? Once you have to step back from all of the economic systems that are influencing who's getting paid, and then they'll get back to remember when television had any semblance to somewhat of a fair and balanced, left and right, red and blue, conservative, Republican, here's this side of the thing, here's this side of the thing, when it used to be something like that, and then all of a sudden the influence of marketing and commerce really overtook and pushed the narrative and the agenda of what we see on TV, and it became we're just listening to corporations speak to us to consume their things, and it's no longer even somewhat like years and years ago there was a little bit of you could have debate about things. You could be like, well, this is good, this is bad, I don't know, they're not paying us enough. They're not paying us enough to encourage. See, speak not ill of the product, but encourage it. That's where we are now because they're paid so much. Well, we can't talk about our sponsor like that. We can't actually tell you that this is a piece of shit and they're assholes. We can't say that. And so, and in fact, we're going to say it's good. It's good. You should consume that. Before there used to be, no, we're not anymore. Now everybody has to go, oh yeah, that is because you can't convince a man to know the truth. You cannot convince a man to know the truth when his paycheck relies on him not knowing it. Meditate on that. Anybody that talks to you about thinking they know something when they're being just go, who do you think's telling you the truth? That you think that guy on TV? He can't know the truth. Even if he did, he has to feint. He has to feign towards not knowing it. He has to go, well, no. That can't possibly be it, because it would take away he wouldn't make any money. Take away his paycheck. Take away his livelihood. Stan, 50 volcanic eruptions. See now, maybe let's talk about volcanoes here while we're at it. What are volcanoes? I'd seen a video the other day, and it was a cartoon or something, and they were talking about what volcanoes were, and it was basically like, because of whatever was happening inside the middle of Earth, and the volcanoes were like the process of some sort of mechanical buildup of heat and things that were happening of the way they were producing something in a realm beneath us. Then the volcano was the heat being dissipated into this part of the realm, and the lava was part of the process. That is not some organic thing. Stan, Trump's latest video said he is returning. If he does, you're gonna have to quickly remember, again, what we all told you. We all told you it was in the narrative. We didn't know when. We thought it'd be sooner. You know, the people that are looking for the savior, in the best possible play out in the scenario, in the best possible thing, that will quell the majority of the craziness. But in the other realm, if he were to, the super loony crazies are going to be extra even crazier, because their disgust and hatred for that character, the orange guy, is so much. On top of it, they already went and they really enjoy stabbings. You understand what I'm saying? They enjoy and so that has influenced their mind and their, what team they're batting, what they're rooting for, who's pinch hitting, who's batting. They already know what team they're on, and on top of that, their mental health is already highly in question. Right? So what happens then? This dude gets back in. I mean, in reality, like, okay, obviously all things are rigged anyways, but if, as what these selections and elections are for, is to just see if their propaganda worked. If you really understood what they're doing. They only have people cast votes to see how well they could predict how voting would occur, where and how many. They already knew the outcome. And obviously things were altered last time. They're just like, we don't care. Why would they care? They never have. We'll do it right in front of them. They're not going to do anything about it. You can't. They can't do anything. What are they going to do? So now this dude comes back in. That's a strong move right there. This dude comes back in. Now you got people hooting and hollering that love him and think he's the savior. And you got everybody else that now they feel like stupid losers, even more so. And now they're even 10 steps removed from reality. I mean, but people, this is called doubling down in gambling. This is people that they've doubled down so many times. They would double down to the point and say, do you really want Kamala Harris to be the next president? Do you really want that? If you already don't think this dude, I mean, if you're being honest, do you think this dude is capable of doing anything? Not to run a business, not to run a company or a country, whatever you want to call it. He's not capable in any way, shape, or form. You think Kamala is? You think Nancy Pelosi, you want that person representing you, your business, your country, your company to the entire world? They would double down and say, yeah, rather than Orange Man. And in that point, you go, you can really see how absolutely disconnected and out of their minds these people are. There are people that literally would their hate for Trump is so deep. They would rather have Nancy Pelosi's whatever she is in heading the entire, they still believe it's a country and they believe it's something that isn't, but company or country doesn't matter. They would rather have that. That's insane. I mean, it's already, it's a nut house already, but Aaron, see, I would not believe it. Could be. But then again, who then, all of the smoke, all of the mirrors, all of the things, like, who is Trump really? Isn't he played by Andy Kaufman? I dare you to look into that one. Look into the Andy Kaufman is Donald Trump theory. And there's a couple other, John Candy is said to play a body double of him too. Crazy, huh? What's up, Skull? Oh. Yeah, I mean, Colin, looking at it from that direction of as a lot of people that I've talked to, they go, well, if we look at this from another level, all of these people that are so-called the elites and in the head of states are just there as archons and reflections of a grand the social consciousness, what we collectively think and see, and it's a reflection of things. And that's an interesting way to look at it, that for those people to see but they won't. They can't even see how insane the whole thing is. That they really like, yeah, and they can't even see how the media, like, it's so blatant. It's like the people in the media are just like, we're showing you the whole thing we do is bullshit. We're showing you we lie, and you still won't even. We're telling you. We're like. They're just going, oh, we lie about Trump, we lie about everything, and you're still going to believe us. Yeah. I just told you we're not telling. So what? They're like, okay, what more bullshit can I feed you? Like, people, they won't let, they get off the crack pipe. These people smoke, the television is crack to these people. And the opinions of people on the boob tube, right? Donald's Prince Andrew. Yeah, perhaps. I don't know. Cindy Avery. Oh, if he gets back in and then they eliminate that character, that's an interesting thing too. We've before when the elections were coming around, we kind of got into that spitballed that whole thing and what they were what they were going to play out. What's the possibility? That was one of it, that he would get back in and then immediately eliminated. But then there's a lot of other things that point to, okay, when everybody said he would be the last U.S. president. When people look at it right now, there's a lot of people saying that Biden isn't even really officially the president. He's the CEO of a different company, but he's projected through the television as if he's the head of the corporation formerly known as the United States of America, but the United States of America has been bankrupt. and they're in the United States of America is in Chapter 11. There's quite a bit of information on that, but how would you really know unless you looked it up? So everything is a facade, completely at this point. So when people said he was the last president, he was. And why do you think they call him, what, 45 or whatever? They don't even call him, like, they don't call him Trump. They don't call him President Trump. They call him 45. Nobody speaks about Biden as if he's president, really, except for the television. But we already know they lie about everything. So was he already the last president of the corporation and is bankrupt? And the only way that he could be president again is to start a new corporation. He could name it a similar thing. He could name it the same thing he wanted, in fact, I assume, or he could take it out of Chapter 11. If he got the keys to the country back, who would you want running your business? Somebody that knows business. Who knows business? Who knows all? He does better than anyone that's ever been in office. Why wouldn't you want him running the business? What does anybody get about that? This is the company, the country, the corporation of the United States of America. It's a company. Why would you want what you think somebody has ethics, morals, and they have the Jesus the Most High, and this guy he's a war vet or whatever? No, you literally want somebody that knows how to run a business. Who's better suited? I don't know. If people just, okay, who do you want running Sears or Walmart or whatever? Who knows that shit? If you would have asked this, 6 years ago, and you put Donald Trump on the list of people would be like, yeah, that's probably a great idea, but they can't make that association to, like, it's pretty funny. But I hear you about the eliminating, and like from the level of actors and stages, that would be actors and everything is already planned out. That would be throw the most chaos into the whole thing. Skull. Yeah. I've never heard them called Krugerrands. I would, let me get there. I mean, I know that from on a small level of working with magic and using symbology, and money doesn't exist to them. Everything is just, it's basically a larger barter system and share system. It's a share and barter system that whatever they need, they have access to. Why would you want to own it? Like in the real world, why would you really wouldn't want to own anything? There wouldn't be much of a purpose. Everything, you can't live in 10 houses at once. Why would you need, you just want access to it when you're there. You don't need 400 cars. You want a fleet of 400 cars and access to them whenever you want them. Life is much easier that way. You have access to the best things whenever and wherever you need them. Hey, I like to be in Spain right now, and this motherfucker he wants to be in Naples, Florida. Hey, cool. Timeshare trade, the whole fucking thing. What do you need? Here, I got a chef. We already got the gardens. We got the thing. It's done. And from a level of magic and mysticism, that was always the goal. Because nobody wants to be carrying anything around. Why? You should just have access to it. But that's interesting. Hey, Skull, you'll have to send me a link to whatever to Krugerrands. Send me a link to whatever that is. Like, is there a book on them, or is there like just website or some interneting resources? I just never heard that name. Hey, maybe that's my family. Yeah, there you go. The whole dog thing too. That's a big thing too. Who wants to respond? It takes a village to raise a child, right? And who really wants the responsibility of a dog? Everybody loves animals. Everybody wants to care for a dog and have their companionship. But then also, you still have a life. And I mean, who's to say a dog really wants to be around your lame ass all the time? I mean, timeshares on dogs are cool too. I would do that. What do you Osho with his 100 rollers? Oh, I don't get the reference. Osho? I mean, I know who Osho is. You mean like people that were rolling, like people just roll with him? He had his crew. I don't know. I mean, I knew of his like he was trying to make a village, and then they made him out to be a fucking weirdo. Whatever. But like rollers, like rolling fucking blunts for him. Oh wait, you're saying the Krugerrands is a literal. They're using a solid gold coin. Interesting. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Osho. Oh he. Oh yeah. Good for him. I don't see a separation at all between spirituality and health and richness and wealth. Why should there be? Why is everybody that is supposedly spiritual and well versed, and why can't they enjoy their life and have a lovely life and have nice things? There's no connection to for you to be holy you have to be poor and downtrodden and begging and it doesn't even make sense. Everybody's like, you think you see some of these spiritual teachers, they're sitting there and going, oh, I consider it meditation. Like, do you know how much money is in their bank account? Do you know what they're doing? How much does it cost to go see Sadhguru? You know that costs money, right? You don't think he gets any of that? People, they have this belief that these people somehow aren't enjoying their life, and they're just sitting there being humble servants of God, and they're going, no, they're teaching you quite a bit, but they're you can't think that that means they don't get to have their own flavor, their own spice, their own personality, their own their own ego, their own why why do they have to be this person that goes holy oh uh, it's not. Oh, rollers, Rolls Royce. Yeah. Rolls boy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Osho is he is great. He's hilarious. The more I listen to him, the more I sense his level of humor and going. He's just playing his Osho to a 10. Like he knows it's a put on. He knows it's a gig. He knows what he's doing. He's acting that and perfectly. And it's good. Everybody there's not too many people that are out there not that are so not acting. Like you think Oprah's little lapdog, that dude, Eckhart Tolle, you think that dude's not putting an act on? I wonder, what is he doing? I mean, he could just be on a lot of heavy duty uh, drugs. He could just be on ketamine all the time. He comes across to me as he's on ketamine or some other disassociative physical, blocker like that blocks feelingness and slows something down. He looks very ketamined out. How would you know? Are you certain? And again, I don't have anything against ketamine or sedatives or disassociatives. I don't. I just think it's why don't you allow your brain to think through this like some of these people and these heroes and these teachers and these all over the map, whatever they are. You don't think they have substances of choice or that they're putting a show on. You don't think they're acting? I know. Yeah. I mean, I liked a couple things he said, but as a totality, like, okay, buddy, whatever. Yeah, he does seem like he should have been a blowjob. You know what I mean? He should have just been like, he should have been the crust in your socks. You know what I mean? I don't. I take him or leave him. I mean, I don't think he's a bad dude, but I just don't. I don't find him. I don't find him so like. You know, everybody's like, oh, fucking Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, Skull, you thoroughly enjoy the recreation. Yeah, there's a lot of things that get a very bad label put on them, but recreational, little bit of use. Yeah, I mean, I haven't in a long time. There's a lot of things I don't do, but most things, if you know how to treat it as recreational, shit, why not? Why not? Hmm. Yeah, that's maybe I'll do a whole video on that too for everybody. But I think I pretty much summarized it there. How many of these people out here are really not putting an act on? I don't like for me. I can't. It's literally impossible. If I was like every Wednesday at 6 o'clock I'll do a show, then I have to put an act on. I'd have to. I'd have to attempt to, because then I would go into it. I would think it out. I would go into and it would be here's what I'd go through, and and I'd lay it out and be organized, and there'd be an act to it. And I'd feel restrained by that. Where whenever I do these, I'm just like, hit the button. Like again, and we're an hour and a half in here, and I'm the only one talking. Is because I have the freedom of I don't have a stop limiter on where I'm going, what I'm going to say, what we're dealing with. That's so it keeps it somewhat fresh, and it's more expansive than just going. Okay, I mean I'm good. I'm good with like subjects and like let's stay on task here to a degree. But anybody else, having like a here's the time, here's the play, then it's too much pressure to make it a this way. Chop it up and put it into little. I don't like it. Stuart Wilde. No, I don't know who that is. Yeah, Skull. If any of them were honest, they would tell you to do Shivambu. Yeah, basically. But then again, do you think any of them know for certain? I mean, I look, as much as I've listened to Sadhguru, the majority of what he says is fucking fantastic and very encouraging and very. But people think of him as like a superhuman guru, you know. And a lot of most of what he says, I dig it. But then one day his opinion that he spit out on stabbing people made me go, fuck that dude. He was all for he was all for, you know, just stabbing people. I was like, everything you've said up to this point now has been tainted. Yeah. What you gonna do? But yeah, the Shivambus, how many of them know? Whenever you, okay, let me ask everybody here. When you bring it up to people, okay, how many people that you know that you drink piss? And how do they think of you once they know that? And do you know other people that even if you've have you come across other people in your life that, oh yeah, I drink my piss. I don't I've the only people that I've met that drink their own piss are people that I've met that drink their piss because they listen to me. That's the only people I've ever met in person. I've never. It's few and far between. And I'll tell you, I've known people that they always talk about, like, I don't tell anybody that I do, or when I do, it goes all wrong. Whenever I tell people, oh, they know right away. I'm like, you're not going, you don't get to make fun of me. You're not me. You're going to respect me. And it's a different thing. Like, yeah, I drink my piss. What do you think what do you think? Is that funny? You think it's not intelligent? And then I'm like, I'm funnier and more intelligent than you. So, looks like who's the dummy here to you? It's funnier, more intelligent, healthier. Whoa, crazy how that would work. See, I drink my piss. You eat shit. Big difference. Fucking yeah. Yeah. The stabby walkies. Yep. Yeah, that's mad frustrating. Like how do you have all of that arcane, ancient, deep wisdom about so many things, but it doesn't strike you as something very odd is at hand here. It doesn't strike you as something so far from the natural order of things. You're a guru, right? I mean, it's right there in your name, but you're not being very guru-like when you're telling people to harm themselves. Duh. Like it makes me makes me sad and aggressive. Like I'm like a little like it makes me want to headbutt him. Like I'd want to headbutt him in his face. Like people stick to like they think you're the hot shit, dude. They think you're the know-it-all. You're the guy. You're fucking on that level with the Jesus character. You're a living, walking God to people. Are you telling them to go stab themselves? You fool. Like, who do you work for? What is your purpose here? Just the way I feel. If anybody else doesn't see that, they go, oh, but everything else, so this must be right. He wouldn't say anything. But now, is he ignorant to it? Does he think something that perhaps? That's the only escape clause, that if he's just ignorant and has done no research on furthering it. If you didn't smell a big stinking hippopotamus shit and rat puke from the beginning of this whole thing, if it wasn't shaping up to your eyes and ears and sense of smell and just your gut instinct, if it wasn't telling you there's something wildly ill about what's occurring here, then I don't know what I can believe that you think or say. You're suspect of being an idiot or a liar. Which one is it? Are you an idiot or a liar? That's where I'm. I've been explaining to people. There's only a few choices for people these days. Stupid, dumb, idiot, liar. I mean, you have the people that are on the up and up, truthful, honest, wonderful, caring, helpful people that make mistakes as much as anybody, whatever. You got them, and they're everywhere. They exist. But then you have these sets of people, and we know very clear. Those people they're in three categories: brain dead, forced to, or lying, like paid troll ass. How do you? It's just about size of it. Are you stupid or are you lying? That's a tough call. Are they gonna outright just say they're a liar? No. Well, then your choice is then you're stupid. And who's gonna want to call himself stupid? Ha! You back them right into that fucking corner. Is that Oh, yeah. Oh, Colin, that thing right there. That's how far we are removed from reality. To this day, like that's another one. If you couldn't tell what that was, what are you gonna do? You're like, how does this happen? These got to go snip, snip, snip out of my life. You're not. You got. That's. It's gotta. People in the family. People that you knew. Shit. All sorts of people in my upbringing that were like that. That I'm just like, how are you like this? How do you think? Yeah. How do you explain that? And then you look at it. They go, oh well, you can't reasonably, rationally make any sense out of this one. You're just gonna continue with the same bullshit. They stuck. They lost. They lost in the South, man. So what do you think, Colin? Should I get another beverage here? Little keep this show going. Hey, thanks everybody for showing up. Hope you've enjoyed this and been entertained by the words that I'm saying. I'm pretty okay at it sometimes. I've been told my voice is quite beautiful. Some people I say I talk too much. It's my job. Wait, I don't have a job. I have work. It's a big difference. Remember that. Haha, skull. Nice, man. Yeah, they know. That's good. That's good. At least they don't see you deteriorating or getting sick. So it must strike them a little bit to be going, well, it's not unhealthy. Maybe at least they get there. Most people are like, that's crazy and unhealthy. But then they get to the point, okay, I'm proving to you that it's absolutely not unhealthy. It still might be crazy to you, but that's pretty fun. That's pretty funny. And people that don't keep it up, I can see why. I mean, I fall off on it because I'll get too high on it. I'll get too vibey, and then I want to get back into rolling around in the mud with people and knocking heads and being human, right? And then I'll forget about the practice. Not forget about it. I don't, forget about drinking piss, but you kind of just something I'll pick up like yesterday. I just woke up and I was like, I'm fucking starting chugging piss. I was like, good day. And today I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna just cool out and veg out and get I had a beautiful lunch today, thanks to a friend of mine. Portobello mushrooms and here's what we made. So there was leftover portobello mushrooms. They were already cooked with onions and garlic and some what are those little green things that everybody Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are awesome. So we had two separate dishes like that were already cooked, and then some rice, and then fresh portobello and Brussels sprouts. So I made a fried rice with portobello, the old they already made onion, portobellos, and Brussels sprouts. I made a fried rice out of that, and then added soy sauce and toasted sesame oil. And then I made some soft-boiled eggs for that. And then I made the fresh stuff. So it was like a side of big, chunky Brussels sprouts and mushrooms with extra garlic. And that was magic. Delicious. That's what I had for lunch today. I don't really often eat lunch. Or breakfast, for that matter. But that's what I had. You're the village weirdo? Well, yeah. I mean, there needs you should take that with pride. There needs to be one of them. There needs to be one village weirdo. If it's if it's not you, it's got to be somebody, man. What would a village be without the one kind of crazy one that goes, ah? It reminds me of Skull. Reminds me of the story of the crooked tree. So there's all of these pine trees, perfectly straight up and down, all through the forest, and then it's one tree right in the middle that's all crooked and all over the place. And every day these trees would make fun of it. The big, tall, straight ones that, oh, look at this one's all crooked and weird, and why is he going over there? Why is he doing all this? Always making jabs and joking and making fun of. And like, why are you so different? Why can't you just stand up straight and look like us? One day, trucks come through. They got all the equipment on it. Start cutting these trees down, cutting all the big straight ones down to make lumber for houses, turning 2x4s. Go through this whole wooded area and then get to this crooked tree. You know what they did? They go, leave it alone. Got no use for that one. Cut down the rest of the forest and left that one crooked tree there to live. Because it was living the life the way it wanted to. It didn't just follow the path of everybody else. This guy used to live in Portobello. Portobello. Really? Only it walks barefoot on the grass? So you live in a village? Like a full on, when you say village, like a full village? Like you're like one of, like when it's hard for me to conceptualize a village because everything here is towns and suburbia. And I live, city life. Not quite in the city, but sort of. And then like a village, I think of small towns, but that's not even quite a village. So you live in like full on, like if I were to go play a video game and it's like, back to the 1600s, welcome to the village tavern. And it's like, there's like peanuts on the floor and straw and hay barrels everywhere. And there's a fireplace and everybody's got a stein. They got their own mug. And there's always like a guy, one of the old guy, he got his long mustache and he's passed out on the table with his face in his beer. Oh, that's just Frank. He lives down the street. 5,000? And 5,000, okay, so you say 5,000. What's the radius? What's the square mileage? Like how, like everybody knows everybody and you're close knit, or is that over like 5,000 people in how big of an area? Oh, Skull, you got to take some pictures. Have you ever? I think I've asked you this before. Do you have a channel that you do anything? Do you take? You should take pictures. You should do some videos. You should do a video vlog, man. Do a vlog of Skull's life as a villager. There you go. Diaries of the crazy village idiot. You know. I totally the village people. I totally support this idea of you videoing some of your adventures around town. Come on, and then you could do like little you can talk to the people like little man in the street quizzes and shit. Like, hey, so you can do like little interviews and shit with people. Get to know your neighbors. If you see me keep doing this to my hair, it's because I put my hair up wet. And it's this weird thing it does is it stays, I don't know, if I don't let it air dry, it gets kind of stuck and makes it a little itchy. Got itchy head. What? What? You said you're gonna dress up as the village people too? No, you're just supposed to stay to be. You're just supposed to dress. I mean, that would be hilarious though. Yeah, one day be every character from the village people. You gonna do the YMCA? Yeah. You know what? I want to listen to their. I want to listen to their whole album. Has anybody listened to their whole album, the Village People? Because I mean, what does everybody know? They know YMCA and one other thing they did, right? But I'd never heard anything else they've done. And that's very interesting because there's a couple people that um, you know their famous songs, but then you've never listened to their collection, and then years later, people are like, "Dude, you've never listened to the whole collection." You're like, no, actually, I fucking only know those two songs by them. Like, no, like maybe the YMCA, maybe the Village People are, maybe it's a great band, and we just didn't know. Maybe we got stuck on the YMCA. Yeah, just admit that this is a mask, and the reason that I wear this bandana all the time or a hat is to cover up the mask that I have on my face. This is also why I grow the beard out, to cover up the where my neck meat connects to the mask. Well, Skull and Bone, hey Skull, we're gonna change that. I'm listening. I'm gonna listen to the whole album, and also I'm gonna do a Where Are They Now? The Village People, Where Are They Now? And also, let me get this thing over here. Okay. Gonna pour myself a beverage. What do you think? Will you wait for just one moment? I really appreciate it because I have to go add some ice cubes to my beverage. Would that be okay with everyone? You guys, we're gonna take a 1 minute break here. Every 2 hours, I give myself enough leniency to go make myself a mixed drink and take a piss, and I'll be right back. 1 minute, no, 2 minutes. Give me six. Count to 60 twice, or 120 if you can get all the way up there. Okay, we're almost ready. All right, back in business. All right, cool. And I also had to get nail clippers. This is what does Zen do all day? This is one aspect of my day. Had a little hangnail on my toe that was really, you ever get that toenail? You go to bed and it gets stuck to you. It kind of clips the sheet. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's so annoying. There we go. And don't be the kind of person to clip your toenails on an airplane or take your shoes off because your fucking feet stink. Don't do that. Be considerate. Don't be that fucking guy. Okay, we're back. some distilled waters. So Skull, what do you do? If you don't mind me asking, what's your damn thing? Like like to earn biosurvival units, biosurvival tokens. Is that what they're called these days? And who else is in here? Anybody else? Anybody else left in here? It's just me and Skull. Everybody else in the background just whacking it away, playing whack-a-mole with yourself. I think what I'm going to do here soon is I'm going to go back through and listen to some of my earlier... what's up, No ID? What you doing? You're just over there wanking? Good, good, good. An honest man. An honest man in the background wanking it. Good, good. I appreciate that. Glad you're here. I always do. I just like to know people are here, you know? Just like to know that you're alive, that you're still listening. I'm going to go revisit my earlier videos, the 3,500 of them that are not online right now. I'm going to go revisit my early ones, and I'm going to try to condense some of the material and go back into like teaching lessons, because I feel like some people have not seen my early stuff and they might be at a loss for like, what the fuck is he talking about? What is he going on about? Like, what value is he, what is he speaking? What is he saying? Why do people listen to him? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but maybe you'll understand the things that I know and why I know them, and I can teach you them. Things about language and etymology and magic and numerology, astrology, things that maybe a little in the fringe area, but then some other things that are very, like how does the mind work, things to do with the health of the human physiology, how does memory work, how to create a I don't know, a way of memory systems, demonic systems, all sorts of things. There's all sorts of crazy shit. I don't even know where to start with what I teach, but we'll get into the early stuff, and I will redo those with my personality now that I've developed, my whole fucking giant ego, and I'll teach you the things. When I used to, anybody that knows, my early videos where I was much more shy, camera shy. I wasn't on camera, and I would have images, and I would be talking behind it, and I talked very plainly. I didn't use any filler words on purpose. It's not that I couldn't. It's not that I couldn't do that now. I just choose to be a little more casual in conversation whenever I speak. Where the early ones was very much one-directional teaching. So I think I might revisit those, at least re-release them for you guys. And if not, I'll just re-teach them. Would you guys like me to do that? I teach all about the different kinds of magic. The left-handed path, the right-handed path, black magic, white magic, full spectrum magic. How to make sigils, how time functions, old clocks, how sigils and mystics and god forms and different archons work, and images, and we get into why emojis. I did a whole video. Oh, there's a video I have out. It's also called why emoticons and emojis are so important, and they're like basically hieroglyphs. They're pictograms. They're basically accomplishing. People think it's childish and children use them, but yet it's a higher, more evolved form of language. It's not even evolved. It's a simpler, more correct form of language. It's just like using using the Chinese symbols. It's giving you a picture representation that gives your mind a larger notion of something. If I just say in English, I'd say, okay, the red square house, blah blah blah. I'd have to explain. It'd be a whole lot of words to kind of write it out to explain something. Where I could put one image to express a whole lot more than that, so that your mind is more is more artistic, and it uses your brain in a different way. It allows your brain to function from a different level, not from a left brain rectilinear way, but a right brained more feminine, inclusive way of all of your senses. Yeah, so we can get into that too. I did a whole video on that. You should check it out. I think it's on the front of my channel. I don't know that I don't think I've changed it recently. Hey, what's up, No ID? You love the music? Oh, I'm glad you liked it, man. Yeah, that's that's them right here. It's pretty dope. I like their, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's a good time. I wish the audio came through better. It was just where it was, and the sound. It was really amazingly good sound in the room that we were in, but it was too much for the microphone on here to pick up properly. Ah, I hear you, Skull. Practice fasting. Haha, no ID. That's what's up, man. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are so many benefits to fasting, and it's not, people really, I get it. Sometimes it's needed because you just ain't got it. But what you get in return is there not only financially, but energetically and emotionally and so many ways physically, you get things on the other side of that. Like sometimes if you're fasting, you're like, fuck, I really want to eat. I really feel like I need, like, but then once you learn it and you fast, you go, shit, not only was that not so hard, I'm actually doing myself a favor, and it's making me healthier. And then obviously you see the benefits of it. And then it's not just because you're without energy or broke or need fixing, but sometimes it's like, oh, I'm just adding on to, when you already, like, do it when you have food and you have money and you have things, and do it then, and it's even more powerful because you're already like, I already have everything I need and then some, and I can do this anyways. That's a mentally strong thing to do. It's like when you make a meal and don't eat it. You ever cook for people and don't touch anything? It's very powerful. Like in many ways for yourself, and to go self control, just that. Nope, that's fine. Enjoy. And in every way, you're not. It's not starving yourself from having that. It's not. It's not doing the thing where you go, oh, I'm gonna not do that, and because that's the right thing to do, to not have that pleasure. It's not doing that. It's not like it's much more like tantra in the sense that if you hold off on having an orgasm, the orgasm is even more intense because you're still enjoying the act, you're still enjoying the lovemaking, you're still enjoying the process. That putting it off is even more orgasmic. It's the same thing with fasting. And then when you eat, it's like, holy shit. Maybe I should have just waited even another day to eat. Oh, Skull, you did? You took some mushies? Yeah, I got some in my kitchen right now. Actually tomorrow I might. There's a whatchamacallit garden. In New Orleans, City Park is huge here. It's a really big park. There's all sorts of cool shits all over it. And right now there is a light show. I'll take you. Maybe I'll take you even. What the fuck do we got to do? I guess I could take you tonight. If you guys want to go see it, there's in City Park. It's all lit up. So it's a light show through the whole fucking thing, and there's all sorts of cool stuff outside. It's awesome. It's called the Celebration in the Oaks. But anyways, tomorrow during the day there is free museum, and then there's always the free outdoor sculpture garden, and then they open up the I forget what the other thing's called. Arbitorium? No, it's basically inside. So it's kind of the fancy places where people do like all sorts of like high-end weddings and shit, and you rent out a lot of the place. But it's like all different types of plants with the names on it, and then there's greenhouses, multiple greenhouses, and they'll have every single different kind of plant and it tells you what it is, and fountains and a stage and all this cool shit. And last time I did a bunch of mushies, I went in there, and that was awesome. And there's also a rainforest, an indoor kept in a huge greenhouse, a rainforest. It has all the different plants and different animals, and like spiders and all of the crazy weird shit that's in there. I mean, it's behind the glass, you know. Some of it's behind the glass, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, so maybe I'll take you there tomorrow. And tonight I could take you over there, I guess. I want to see some cool light show. Yeah, also no ID. And the time that you get, if for someone that is pressed for time, that is always go and doesn't have enough time, and for people that are spazzed out and stressed, fasting it'll give you all the time in the world. Literally, it'll make time slow down because you've just opened up. And if you don't have anything to do, it's gonna feel different. But if you're busy all the time and you just start fasting, you open up 3 meals a day. You open up the time. You always got to point this out to people. Like, you get rid of the time you had to go shopping, to drive there, get the stuff, then come home, put it away. You get rid of the time that you have to take it out the fridge, prepare it. You get rid of the time that you have to eat it. You get rid of the time that you have to wash your plates and put everything away. Do that 3 times a day. You're saving so much time. And now all of a sudden, what do you do with that time? Now you have energy in that time, and you have other things that you do anything you wanted. It's crazy, especially if you're artistic or have something pressing you that you need to get done. Oh, you just basically hit a pause button in time. 4 years, man. That's wicked. I don't know how long I have. Off and on for 10? Maybe not that long. Maybe. I forget. I forget how old I am. And why, maybe not. I don't forget how old I am. I forget how many years have passed since I started doing certain things, certain events. It's hard for me to gauge, because I always just go, oh, I just say 10 years. Like, how long have you lived here? I just say 10 years, but it could be more. I think it's maybe 12. Or, how long when did you, then I have to kind of figure out which city did I live in and what year was that? No ID. You're socially what the English call a doser? A dosser? I don't know what that means. You mean a tosser? Socially a tosser? No, I'm kidding. What is doser, man? I've never heard of that. Oh, no shit, man. So off the heron and mushrooms help. Microdosing mushrooms is good for a lot of that. Depression and obviously whatever the tag-alongs that come with heroin. I mean, I like poppy seed. I like depressants and things that are in that direction. But I never gone that heavy duty. I mean, anything towards that, it's enjoyable. But I see the dilemma with it too. It's like anything that I've done that I really like, I'm like, okay, I have to be reasonable and keep my distance from things, because you're susceptible to when something's nice. and it's comfortable. Why wouldn't you? No shit. You know what? It's really interesting the amount of people that come to my shows that listen that tell me that like they used to be meth, heroin, blah blah blah. Like and for me, I never had that. I mean, I've done my fair share of substances for sure, but I've never, other than other than perhaps younger being addicted to weed, and I drink often, but anything else, I never really had that much of a Coke never did it for me. The only thing I was close that maybe could have been a problem would have been MDMA. But I also figured out even at an early age that the come down on that was awful. I was not okay with the depression afterwards. I was like, as good as it is, and it is fucking amazing, I can't deal with like the 2 days of this is the worst depression ever. Like I know depression. I've been there. Everybody knows depression, right? But no, not MDMA depression. Because you just basically MDMA. What it does is it goes, let's squeeze all the serotonin into your system right now, and you don't have any more. You're done. And you get the next day, you're like, where's my serotonin? Where'd it go? Like, buddy, I used it all yesterday. But that it is interesting the amount of people that many different substances. I feel like that maybe I don't even realize how much I help people. Maybe I don't. Some people have expressly said, but I didn't. Whoa! Oh, wow! Skull, no shit, man. Well, hey, glad you're still on this side, man. It's still just despite all the insanity, this living side is pretty cool, man. Despite the craziness. I forget who was it? Oh, it was Louis C.K. Louis C.K.'s bit. He goes, despite everything, despite how fucking weird and crazy and stupid things are in life, we still choose it. It's still here. It's still a good job. Like there's something here that is so fucking good. It's good. Despite all the bullshit. People are like, no matter what, man, I'll choose living. It's a decent place to be. Oh, my friend. Yeah, you know what? That's the first time. That's the first time she sung on a stage. She used to sing like when she was a kid, and then played violin, did some schooling, but never really. And and funny enough, before she just moved to New Orleans, she's from the Midwest, and she's like, dude, you wouldn't even recognize me. Like, she's like, if you would have seen me 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I was introverted, pissed, shy, didn't like anything. She's like, and she's way different now. And the dude's band, the dude that was singing, like, so we all live in the same building, and like he met her one day, like she was out, we were hanging out, and I heard her kind of singing something. I was like, you can sing? I was like, oh, you can sing. So I was like, dude, sing me a fucking song, and she did. And I was like, holy shit. And then my dude Ro, who he's sang for years. He's had his, he's been doing live shows. He's like going to Cali, and then he's got a couple live shows lined up, and doing some studio work. He heard her, and he goes, what? He goes, you're playing with my band. Like, you have to. So a couple weeks ago, they did a couple rehearsals, and that was still even a rehearsal the first time she did. So she was like mad nervous, like. And this was just for really people in the building. Like, there was like, they invited people, and a lot of people showed up. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, they set up, and that was in our. And so she can sing now. So whatever you heard her singing, like, she's even more better than that. And she was just kind of like still tight vocals, like, oh my god, I'm singing in front of people kind of shit. Exchanging instant gratification for a greater reward in the future. Discipline, hardest part. Yeah, it's the interesting part of that is it's a twofold game though, which is what Alan Watts talks about a lot is a double bind. So how long do you how long do you really have? This isn't exactly what he says. I'm giving a different analogy to it. How long to um, discipline yourself to wait and go, oh, I'll have it later. How long before that becomes the compulsion that you never actually receive the reward or what it is that you are in search of? Because again, the greatest reward is the present moment, being the gift. So why shouldn't you experience the glory and pleasure of whatever you can in that moment? Why put it off? Why not feel like I'm ecstatic having, like, why not be catching dome from, well, I'm sitting in a pile of Benjamins and having two of the sexiest why shouldn't I be doing that right now? Why put it off? Why wait? You know, there, because there is a balance, right? Between the now moment, now, and going, building up the pressure and then until the release. Yeah, there's a dynamic way to look at that. Like sometimes gratification, you know, that self gratification, whatever it is, because whenever in the future, remember, because in the future, here's what will happen. When you're in that moment, you'll be going, oh, now is now again, just like it was right then. It's now is here again. Shouldn't I put it off till the next then moment? Skull, why you said you're already wearing thermal long johns, and why you say you gay? What's up, Kabar? Drew Butler, what is going on? What's up, man? How you been? You still out? You still out in Florida? What's been going on, man? I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Oh, Kabar. Oh, you talking about chick that was singing? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we both, like me and Ro, we were just sitting down. We were sitting down in the pool earlier today, and she's singing something, but she's singing like beneath her voice just opening up and singing it completely. Oh, it's still really, it's fucking excellent, but you can tell there's like just that little bit. No, just no, not like that. Like open it. It just yeah. It's really she's really good. Her voice is like she can do like a Beyonce, then she do some country shit, and then she can do like it's pretty interesting, and she can rap too. Like she knows rap. She knows like you know trap house rap music, and she can spit it like verse for verse, and even sounds good. Doesn't sound like a corny Midwestern, you know, white girl trying to sound thug. No, she literally can. It sounds right. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm excited. They're gonna be doing. I don't know if it's this Wednesday or next Wednesday, but they'll be doing a live show out somewhere. But they have a couple more practices before they're out doing a live show. I mean, that was obviously a live show, but oh, UK is the woke name for UK for the UK. Janis Joplin. Peace out. No ID. Peace. What else? What is going on here? Oh shit. We knocking through. We had 2.5 hours in here. Yeah, yeah. Peace out. No ID. The Queen of England has handed back the political power to Barbados. And they've made Rihanna the new queen. I'm guessing that was in a joke format. That they really didn't give power back to Barbados, which would be hilarious. Might as well. It's just yeah. I think all the countries. I think what we should do is we should just instead of wife swap, we should do country swap. Just swap countries. Go for it. Politicians just move over there. We get some of those ones. You can just move houses. I'll just let me go. I want to go to I don't know. I'm probably South America somewhere for a little bit, and I'm gonna take a couple politicians from over there and over there, and we'll just shuffle the board. It's a reset. Why not? However, as this reset's occurring, I'm pretty certain I want to stay in New Orleans. I'm pretty sure this would be my city, mine. Pretty sure I'd stay here. Just clean up the people that are, doing the bidding for the population. The governments and the politicians and shit. It's too bad that political governmental shit can't be run properly. There's way too much financial, commercial, capital, shit behind it. It could be good, I am not what is it, an anarchist? I'm not anti-government. Everyone needs to govern their mind. Everybody needs a government, but I'm pro-government not being influenced by the sway of corporations, dead entities, corporations, and financial leveraging. Once you get rid of those two things, governments can function properly. Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kabar, because then you get rid of the corrupt part. The corrupt part goes away. It'd have to. There'd be no reason to be corrupt. There'd be no reason to, if politicians were paid what they should be paid, as a fair and moderate wage, and there was limits on terms in office to a degree. You know what I mean? Unless people overwhelmingly want to keep someone in office. You know what I mean? Like if you're there for 4 years, right? And it's usually okay. 51% beats 49. But okay, now 4 years you've been there. Unless maybe it should be okay, if you win 75% of the vote, then we'll keep this one. You can do more than the term limit as long as that many people come and go. No, we want to keep that one. I think if you get rid of the influence of corporate interest and the sway of economic leveraging, once that goes away, science becomes what science should be again. Religion becomes a lot more what religion should be again. Get rid of the pass around plates. Let's forget that exists. You're gonna see preachers changing their tune real quick. You're gonna watch politicians start to actually care about the people around them and their communities. Whoa, am I talking about a crazy, insane utopia that literally still has a government? That'd be crazy. Remember, you gotta get rid of the 3 I's. Remember 3 I's. Income tax, interest, and inflation. Get rid of those things. Inflation is artificially done. Interest is usury. And income tax is theft. Get rid of those 3 things, and we can start to look at things from a different perspective. And Get rid of companies that are for profit. All companies become not for profit or non-profit. Either way, non-profit or not for profit. Either one. Get rid of for-profit companies. It'll change the whole dynamics of the entire world. Everything can be more humble, more honest, more truthful, more open, more products would be made better. People would be the amount of work, the 40-hour work week is garbage to begin with. That would go away. There's so many reasons it would, and so many ways it will. Anyways, it already is happening, which I've discussed many of times. Many other lectures here. I don't like to call them lectures, but just talks, just random thoughts that I have. It's going away anyways, because there's going to just be less jobs. There has to be. We're not going to create new jobs. There's not going to be new things to do because we're making more and more automatons, automatic made. These things are coming, and they've been here, and they'll continually be more and more of things. One person to it'll take 10 machines will take 100 people's jobs, but that's a good thing. Do you want to sit there and stitch? Okay, here, think of it this way. You want to go sew? You want to make me a shirt? Go sew me a shirt. You want to go? No, you want a sewing machine, don't you? The sewing machine took thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people's jobs. You know how many people you would need to make the clothing that you would wear if it weren't for a giant machine that was you know what I'm saying? That sewing machine is making a process happen faster and stitching things together that would take 20 times as long. So you've just made 20 people unemployed for every, you know what I'm saying? So everything that we're looking at, the loom, do you know how much time the loom saves from how it would have originally been? Because that's a tool, that's technology. Now keep advancing that. It's supposed to take mundane, redundant tasks out of our life. That things that need to be done that will get done. We want robots to do it. That's a fact. We don't need to make the robots smarter. People are going too far with that. The extra levels of, no, we just want just a simple, non-thinking, mechanical task, a piece of metal, no thoughts, no feelings, no anything. It's just metal. And we're gonna make it do a job for us. Simple. It's an inanimate object with no consciousness. That's gonna do it. Don't start making it too complex where it's got an onboard computer that's gonna do all the thinking for you, because you're gonna make yourself dumber. Where the computers will end up telling you how stupid you are and that needs to control you. Which, if you don't already know, has been happening for quite some time. I'm all for actual cocaine, because where it comes from, the coca leaf, it's not bad. Anything that comes from nature, like why they got to demonize tobacco? The tobacco's not the problem. The tobacco's not giving people cancer. It's all the shit that they put in it. It's all the chemicals and additives. It's not the cocaine that's killing people. It's the cut. It's the processing. Give the plant to the people that, this is what they use in high mountainous regions because of the lack of oxygen there. It opens up their lungs and helps them breathe better. Helps them do more work. But it's not addictive. It's a plant. This is everything. This is everything that we end up finding a way to demonize the plant or the original when it's not the problem. The tobacco and the cocaine, the coca leaf, and the marijuana leaf, and all of these other things that we're looking at, not in a standard created by nature way. It's perfectly a good thing. Perfectly wonderful. And then we go ahead and just start blaming that, because yet not even consider the problem might be all the chemicals that all the plastic corporations are putting on it. Kabar, 100% sounds so easy, yet fools be fools again and again. Will it happen? What will it take? Yeah, I mean, I can do it on an individual micro level with people where I don't charge or tax people on my services and my interest. If I were to give someone $10, I don't need $20 in the future. I want $10 back. But in the same sense, I mean, we still are working in an environment that if $10 today is actually due to inflation, everything is not worth the same, well, then $12 tomorrow would be equivalent. Sucks, but you know we can do that on an individual level. Trading equal trade, bartering services and energy, trading energy perfectly. It would always happen that way. We found a way to throw a stick in the spokes, a wrench in the mix. Kabar, do I want a special Christmas shirt? You have many skills. What are you talking about, Kabar? Yes, I want a special Christmas shirt. Are you going to make me one? This is what you're saying? Are you going to make me a Christmas shirt and send it to me? I will accept it. Yeah, Skull, back to that. Yeah, Coca-Cola, old world Coca-Cola. I mean, look at the old world um, cough medicine. And Coca-Cola was a medicine. Dr. Pepper, there's a reason. All of the herbs that were in there, those are all healing for healing, right? And now we've changed the whole thing of what it is. It was all medicinal plants. Then we went and just started making everything artificial, adulterating it, burning it, trying to alchemize it. Essentially, in the beginning, they were trying to alchemize it and make it, get specific energies out of the plant, and then it turned into something else. And then it started getting cut, and somebody was like, all right, well, here's the pure extract of it. And they would give it to somebody, and this is perfect, and this is a great extract. And then somebody goes, okay, when they cut it, and the next person that gets it, all of a sudden they're like, what did they cut it with? And now this is where we are in society. Everything has been so delineated and cut and chopped up into smaller and different things from what the original source was. It's on. You can't even see what it used to be and what it was used for. Like all these plants are medicines. They're there for you. Every food should be your medicine, and medicine should be your food. I mean, that, taking it to the level of herbs and herbology and plant life, not just food in general, but specifically plants and herbs, those are even a more exacting essence of a medicine. The oils, the essential to ascend, or to the essence, the oils of that are even more specifically for healing, because the soil makes the oil, and the soil is the oil, and the oils runs up your cerebral spinal fluid, your spine, the oils of earth. I mean, how is the world run? They tell you on oil. So the oil is connected to literally the sun and Leo, and there's more. I'm not going to go into that whole thing right now, but yeah, the essence of these plant lives, people don't get it. The things that we find now is candy and bad for us, were actually in the pharmacies. The original pharmacies were giving you the real deal medicine in the sweet, and the sweet would have medicine in it. So kids would come in with their parents would get the adult medicine, would be like, oh, I just need the whatever the cough syrup is that is, and then, well, for the kid, it needs cough syrup, but let's mix that with cherry, a dark cherry juice, and put it into something bubbly. So a little bit of sugar helps the bitter go down, the medicine go down, right? The bitter is the alkaloid that is the medicine. So as an adult, you just go, give me the medicine. I don't even. Maybe you want a cola, but the essence of the medicine that was the bitters, they would add the sweet syrups and things too to disguise that and cover it, but also it worked in tandem with it. That's what all of the jerk shops and the pharmacies with the candy were for. Dr. Pepper had prune juice. Yeah, I didn't know that. I knew there was a bunch. I've looked up the recipe, and I've made an offshoot of something between a Dr. Pepper and a cherry Coke, and that's awesome. Have you ever made your own syrup for cola? Look up some recipes and make your own syrup for cola, and then you can just save it and put it in the fridge, and you can make yourself a fresh Coca-Cola anytime you want, that has actually the healing properties, the medicinal properties of the plant itself. When you're making it, you make it, boil it down, and then put it store it in the fridge, and it's cheaper, and you make it fresh, and also you don't have to make it. I don't like Coca-Cola because it's too sweet. I don't like most things too much sugar. So you can actually make it the way you want it to taste with a little less sugar. So yeah, I should try it sometimes. Drink it warm and find a toilet. Rafiki hitting Simba on the head. Yeah, there's so many things that are. There's nothing that isn't in nature a healing medicinal thing. There's a great story of, there's a guru, a teacher that knows alchemy and medicine and plant life and herbology, and he's like master, and he wants to take a couple students. They're like, oh yes, we want to come be your student, and he goes, okay, go out and find me an herb that can't be used as medicine. Go find me something and come back. And if you can do this task, I'll take you on as a student. They go, okay. They go out and they think they found something. Bring it back. He goes, no, here's how we do this, and here's what it's used for medicinally. So they go out 3 or 4 times. They're out there for months. Finally, it becomes more and more very aware to the students that they're trying to be their student, that they're not going to find anything. They come back and they go, well, I don't think there is anything in nature we can find that isn't medicine. And he goes, okay, I'll teach you now. Paraclesis, Paracelsus, Paracelsius, Paracelsus, Paraclesis. What do we got here? Uno momento, y'all. Apparently, okay, I was just checking my my mail here. Okay. So what else? 3 hours in here. Oh, I'll do another break here for what do they call that? Commercial break, where I will put my little cup in front of you and shake it and ask humbly ask for donations. If you'd like to share any of your hard-earned dollars, and 2 hours and 44 minutes into this show. If you'd like to, you can donate to me. I'm not just some, crackhead on the corner asking you for nickels and dimes. I'm actually providing you with the service and humor and intelligence well beyond what you can find very much anywhere else in this realm. Just to be clear. So if you'd like to share something with me, you can. CashApp, PayPal, and Venmo. It's in the description box beneath here somewhere. It's TSAR, capital XEN, TsarXen, Tarzan, that's me. That's CashApp and PayPal.me/TSAR, capital XEN. Make sure you capitalize the X. And Venmo, I forget what it is, but it's like Zen Atman or something. Zen Atman-1 or something. You'll see it. And if you can help me out, that'd be great, because I like to have a roof over my head and be able to wash my asshole with my bidet and shower occasionally and drink and eat and be merry. I'm not an expensive date, but you guys help me out. I'd be very appreciated. Thank you. Back to the show. What's up, traveler? 3 hours? Oh man, you didn't. Oh, you didn't know. This is a fucking walk in the park for me. You did not know? I've done. I think I'm probably in the upper 0.001 percentile of YouTubers. I've done 10-hour shows before, straight 10 hours, just like this. I got pretty drunk. Yeah, I'll give you that much. But I've done some 6 to 10 hour shows that were pretty reasonable. The couple that I did over 10 hours got a little dicey. It got a little dicey. But whatever. You know. What else? What do you want to get into? Oh, you know, traveler. Yeah. Gotta be out here talking a little mess. I'm kind of feeling like I should eat today, because I already did have lunch. I'm feeling like if I have the leftover turkey that I made into a turkey soup with celery and mushrooms and green beans and sweet peas. Oh, it's fucking fabulous. Yeah, I'm thinking I might open faced turkey. It's kind of, because I turn it, it's a cream of, and if I cook off a little bit of the moisture off the cream, it becomes just kind of a turkey with gravy. And they'll put me right to sleep. Oh no shit. Yeah. Oh, right on. Yeah, I just talked. Well, I haven't talked to him lately, but I was Instagramming or whatever with mine recently. No, actually on here I talked to him a little bit. Yeah. Oh, was it when he was here? Because mine came down here and visited. I don't know, or was it just we did a live show with Torin? How the hell is Torin, man? I haven't seen or heard from him in quite a while. Then again, my Instagram got shut down so many times. Carrots and cucumbers and celery. Yeah, cucumbers. Cucumbers is one of my favorite things. I love a cucumber. I feel so hydrated afterwards. You gonna talk me to? I might go get a cucumber right now. Cucumber, and then I'll get my tryptophan. Oh, here's my thought on the turkey. I don't think turkey in and of itself has tryptophan in it. I think that it's drugged. I think that literally they put a chemical into the turkey to make people tired and fall asleep, so you can rob them. Now, why do I think this? Because I think it's a great allegory, and it's an analogy towards what happened to the Indians, the Native Americans. The white people came through. They said, "Hey, let's have Thanksgiving," and they fed them a bunch of turkey, made them all sleepy and forgetful, and then robbed them of their land. And I think pretty much the same thing goes on now. You have people over, feed people a bunch of turkey. You rob their asses. Well, not really, but you get the idea. I don't. I think the turkey is spiked with something. I don't think it's just in their body. Like the only thing ever, all the food we eat, and somehow turkey just has all of the tryptophan in it. I don't know. I don't know if people were talking about that back in the 1950s. I'm gonna have to look up articles on that shit. And this is a newfound thing that we're just drugging out these turkeys. Well, check it out, everybody. Let me, speaking of taking a nap and eating some food, I figure 3 hours has been fun. I do appreciate you all showing up. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thumbs up are always great. Boom, boom. Thank you for that. Donations are even better because that keeps me not homeless. Homeless Zen is not the best Zen. This is a better version. Good to see everybody. Be yourself because everybody else is already taken. And help out others when you can. And the only way you can help out others is if you help out yourself first. So make sure you're taken care of and be well, be goofy, be strange, be weird, but always be yourself. And I'll talk to you soon. Toodles. Rock the Kabar. Travel, you don't know of Argentinian pesos? Hey, they'll transfer on Cash App or PayPal. I appreciate it. Peace out, everybody. Talk to you soon. Adios.